together, and as soon as they start doing that, they're going to be able to execute the strats that they've gone over. But this, as of this series, they just haven't been able to do anything. AR is able to just outclass them, and then they just lose composure and stop doing anything.
Now, Silly, he's shown some success with the IMR in the previous games.
Right.
Is this a map you could see that weapon used, or is it all going to be the ASM1 bow play?
I think it's just a little bit too slow to use an IMR on CTF, to be honest. We see Silly is sort of been the star on this team in this series. They're down 0-2, but he's the player that's been at least keeping up with AR on the scoreboard. We see him pulling out the ASM1 to try and put some pressure, but Burns and BeAFire once again opening up the scoreboard with the kills, being just so aggressive on the map. Enzo trying to hold them back. Yeah,
Enzo pulling out the bow for Ascend. So many long lines of sight. Unfortunately, he is going to be met by Anticity on the other side. Very defensive play so far from AR. It looks like they're going to protect their base and just send one sneaker. This time it's going to be BeAFire going for a cap, and you saw as the map was loading up, BeAFire accounts for 37% of the caps for AR throughout Season 1.
Nice movement there from BeAFire, baiting himself with the flag, able to turn back and catch that player dashing.
That's
nice.
A TP move, man.
It really did look like a TP move right there, to be honest. We're only a minute in, and BeAFire looks like he's going to be able to easily cap this flag. Nice OBJ work from AR, and it seems like all the players on this team are able to switch into that mode at any time, and that's why they have been a lot more consistent. They have just a well-rounded squad. We saw on the hard point, they're all dropping the same amount of kills, doing the same sort of roles on the map besides the AR players.
Yeah.
But it's just been a good balance. BeAFire trying to catch that flag player, and looks like Nelson's able to sneak out with that one for using the down low path, but he's getting chased extremely quickly. Burns and Anticity able to push up. 3 control of their maze base, and another flag getting countered out here for AR.
Yeah, Burns was able to chase it down, just some sloppy movement. Otherwise, Nelson could have had that home. Burns trying now to punish, gets the flag halfway back. You're going to see BeAFire trying to rotate over and keep it alive. Nice kill there. Has to beat one more player. Slide comes in, and he is going to get there a half-second late. Great return coming from Nelson, who also picks up the kill.
Nelson able to win that race that time. I would like to see him just go straight for that flag last time, though. There's really no reason for him to cut back and try and juke around when there's 3 players just chasing you from behind. So if anything, just slide dashing, trying to cap that flag with a slam was probably the better play. But let's see if ISO will be able to recover going down so early into this map.
You can see the strategy. Anticity, just stay home with the bow, let BeAFire pull the flag, and then it's on Wheats and Burns to get him home. Silly's going to go for a pull as well, so both flags are out. And we'll see who is able to get the return first. It looks like the attack is coming in from Anticity. Will he be able to get it? There's one more player inside, and he gets cut down. So BeAFire still sitting back in his base. Finally will be chased home, and the flags will be returned for AR. Now it looks like the score coming in from Burns. One player to beat. Great cover from Wheats.
Yeah, AR is on the worst side, I would say, on this map as well. So it's been a very good job of them to get a 2-cap lead already. They need to not get overzealous, though, and start blocking these spawns. We see BeAFire OEing, overextending through to the tunnels to get control, and we just see it over and over again. ISO starts to spread out. They stop watching the weak side of the map, and now AR is just going to punish them. I wouldn't be surprised if we end this side at 4-0.
BeAFire 4-4 so far. Only 8 interactions. He has that many flag grabs. It seems Burns, though, going to carry this one home. After accidentally killing BeAFire, he's going to turn it in. So far, they've gone for, I think, 4 attempts. 3 of them have been converted successfully.
Yeah, Burns trying to pad his OBJ stats a little bit there, killing his teammate and then capping it so he can have the most caps on the squad. Nice defense there, able to rotate back to his base. Notice that the other team is pushing up that elevators or light side, whatever you want to call it, due to the spawn that he got at the back left.
Anticity, farthest pushed up on the map I've seen from him. Outside of that one return attempt, he's going to go for a grab potentially with the bow, though. Might just set up and wait for the kills to come to him. Nelson knows where he's at, clears the way for Enzo. Enzo, though, taking quite a while coming through these tunnels, checking every corner on his way home. Just does not feel confident in his team's coverage, and there's the reason why. BeAFire sneaks in, but Enzo will be able to tack one on the board. 3-1, just trailing by 2 now.
Yeah, nice teamwork there from ISO to get that flag on the board, but they are on the good side. They really need to try and get one more. And you just see the pace of the flag runs is so much slower for ISO, and we see it again. Weeks is able to just easily get to their base, pull it out. There's one player there to contest, almost getting turned on, it looks like. Nice movement and jukes from Weeks to get that cap, but you see just the pace of the flag runs going by is the difference in this game for me. ISO did get that flag on the board, but it seemed like it took them so dang long. They had the cutoffs. The flag guy was just not confident, like you said, and it took that much longer. Every second that you wait, it puts that much more pressure on your teammates to hold the spawns, hold the cutoffs, and that's why they're easily just able to counter that.
I'm nervous about my predictions for later in the tournament. AR is looking so good in this CTF. They're not just out shooting their opponents, they're outclassing them with teamwork. BLFire, there's another great example as we take a look at the squad at halftime. They got to be feeling good, up 4-1 with just 5 minutes to go here in this match.
Yeah, and now they're moving over to the better side. And the reason I call it the better side is you're able to manipulate those spawns much easier. It's more dependent on where you are on the map besides them. So let's say you want to push up that light side. That means they're going to spawn up at tunnels or back right, depending on where your teammates are set up. So it's much easier to get those clean flags out. You have underground to go to get more cover for your flag guy, where the other team is spawning wherever you want them to.
Burns on your screen off the break. Going to be charging right into the tunnels, and he is going to be watching his teammates fight the battles in mid, trying to rotate over to help out. Anticity slowing him down. Burns is going to pick one. Not done yet. Knows they need to rotate back. And honestly, I thought he had an opportunity to just go back for the flag. Instead, they want to keep their three-point advantage, happy with that lead.
Yeah, I kind of like that play there from Burns. It's definitely a conservative one, but you do that just to make sure that if your teammates spawn up at the front side of the tunnels, if your teammates spawn there, you pretty much have no chance to play defense on their base. They did end up getting that better spawn closer to their side, but still a heads-up play from Burns, making sure that no stupid flags get away from their base, and now they're able to just normalize the map.
Weeds pressing up, gets chased down. That flag will be returned. Burns now on your screen just waiting for the return, and it's not going to come through. In fact, BLFire was able to sneak over and pick it up. On the opposite end, we had a pull from Enzo, instantly shut down by Weeds. Great job again on defense from AR, and now Burns is getting aggressive on the objective side.
You just see how confident he was. He's trying to shoot a player across the map at the middle with the ASM-1 when he's top gold, and instead of just pulling the flag. And you just see, if Burns keeps playing with this confidence, this team is going to keep doing extremely well. You really get benefited for playing this confident and this aggressive in Advanced Warfare, and it's just proving itself time and time again. If you do aggressive, decisive things as a team, it's going to work out.
Does this game play better in Burns' favor than Ghost, or did Burns just get much better as an individual player?
I think he's just gotten a lot better, to be honest. But definitely the aggressive nature of this game suits a lot of players like Burns, where you're able to, we like to call it the maniac style of play. Some players can have success playing that fast, whereas other players that play a more traditional style of like the old Call of Duties might struggle a little bit. So it's just a nice transitional period, but it's definitely paid off for Burns.
BLFire was looking to clean up some kills, but no one was pushing for it. The flag got home without taking a single bullet as Burns puts another one in. That is his third cap. Two of those really belong to BLFire, though. If you've been watching the game, he is the one constantly putting pressure. This time, it's Weeds. And Weeds is running along this yellow catwalk. What's the strategy here?
He's trying to do a fancy jump there. Not much strategy, it looks like, as he just falls off the map. Trying to grind on a rail or something. Not sure what was going on with Weeds, but just constant flag pulls going on. Another stalemate situations, but Burns is already chasing and getting that return. Looks like both flags are back in the base now, and we see ISO is just spawning up everywhere. We see one player on AR always in the back of the base, which means the ISO team is going to spawn up either in tunnels or at the front elevators. We see them all using that COD vision there at the middle of the map, and that's why these stalemate situations are happening. Looks like AR's on a little bit of cruise control. They don't really care where the other team is spawning. They're just completely outslaying them. We see Anticity 28 and 15 just having an easy time padding his KD almost at that 2.0 as Burns just runs in another flag, getting so many flags on the board already. He has 4 just by himself, and now he's just hanging out in the back right corner because this game is pretty much over. Only a minute and 40 left for ISO, and they need a flag pretty much 5 seconds ago if they want to change.
I've been showing the objectives, but it's time to show the Slayer. Anticity, the defender, now working on the aggressive end, is going to try and help get this pull once again. Weeds taking it low, trying his fancy jumps, just haven't been working as this route has been shut down multiple times. But Anticity, really impressive stuff with his battle throughout this series. He's really the defender, the guy who hangs back, and 31 15 on a 6th streak now, trying to add a cap to his scoreboard.
Yeah, he seems to be playing this map very, very similar to how Clayster does it for Denial. He sits at that top gold, on those top green crates, on the top ridge, and just gets those easy gunfights for him, creating these situations where he's going to have a high KD as long as you're hitting your shots, and it looks like he is. He's pretty much just destroying everyone, has the flag in his hand, and it doesn't matter. He's still on an 8 streak, able to just run wherever. Still, he's able to, trying to shoot back at him, but he just gets instantly melted. And now it's just padding your stats at this point. Wheat's on the other flag, just waiting for the relay. Looks like he's going to try and do this down low on the rail jump once again. See if he can do it this time.
Oh!
Fail once again. Wheats, you're not impressive. Stop trying to do it.
Yeah, you might want to warm up with that jump before you try and bring it up against your round 2 opponent. Enzo going to try and tack on one more flag. They got one early on in the first half. Since then, it's been total domination. Ameli's coming out for Burns again. BL-Fire not stopping, continues to surge forward and cause problems. What a series from AR. The hot 3-0 as the sweeps continue here on the main stage.
Yeah, just making sure that they just get that initial quick control on the map, pick ISO apart, and we saw ISO just pretty much abandon strategy. They were spawning all over the place. Wheats was able to just keep pulling out that flag down low,